ADF. Welcome to the lesson ADF. The ADF system, Automatic Direction Finder, provides continuous indication of the magnetic bearing to a selected NDB, non-directional beacon, or locator. Bearing is presented by pointers on the distance bearing indicators and on the navigation displays. The ADF system consists of the following components: one dual control panel on the flight deck located on a center pedestal, two ADF receivers in the avionics compartment, and a combined loop sense antenna on top of the fuselage in front center tank area. Receiver 1 is powered by 115 volts from emergency AC bus via Avionics Master Switch 1. Receiver 2 is powered by 115 volts from AC bus 2 by way of the Avionics Master Switch 2. Maintenance personnel perform the receiver test pattern via the test knob on the receiver's front panel in the avionics compartment. Both ADF systems are controlled via the dual control panel on the flight deck's center pedestal. The pilot is capable of selecting frequencies, performing mode selections, and controlling the beat frequency oscillator. After power-up of the ADF systems, the two last entered frequencies are displayed on the dual controller. The frequencies can be changed by two dedicated selectors, one for each system, in the frequency band from 190 kHz to 1750 kHz. Each selector consists of three knobs: a large one for 100 kHz steps, a middle one for 10 kHz steps, and a small one for 0.5 kHz steps. The normal mode selection of the ADF system used for proper navigation is the following: ADF ANT switch to ADF and BFO off switch selected to off, provided the tuned NDB or locator is in range. The ADF needles point directly to the relevant station. By selecting the ANT mode, the respective ADF system is solely used as an audio receiver via its sense antenna. In that mode, reception of beacon identification and broadcast radio is improved. In order to avoid nuisance bearing indications, navigational information is removed from the DBIs by parking the respective ADF needle in the 3 o'clock position, and from the respective navigation display by removing the ADF needle. A few NDBs are identified by a Morse-coded regular interruption of their carrier wave, CW. The pilot can listen to that carrier wave with the help of the beat frequency oscillator, BFO. With BFO selected, the ADF navigational information remains displayed, but it is not approved for use. Each pilot can listen to the audio from the ADF systems, including the BFO, by pressing ADF 1 or 2 button on the outside audio selector panel, ASP. Increase or decrease volume by turning the button clockwise or counterclockwise. NDB, or locator bearing information, is displayed on both NDs and on both DBIs. Now we are looking at the NDs. The ADF pointer is selected via the respective EFIS control panel, ECP. The ADF1 single pointer, which can be displayed on ND1 only, is controlled through the captain's ECP. The ADF2 double pointer, which can be displayed on ND2 only, is controlled through the first officer's ECP. Now we are looking at the DBIs. Each DBI, the captain's and the first officer's, is capable of displaying ADF1 and ADF2 bearing at the same time, as long as the two bearing selectors at the bottom of the DBI are set to the relevant ADF system. The presentation is the same as on the EFIS navigation displays, a single pointer for ADF1 and a double pointer for ADF2. This test is only for the dual control panel. The receiver test is a maintenance test and described in the Components section. The test is initiated by pressing the Flight Annunciator test button once and runs approximately 4 seconds. The result is displayed in both windows of the dual control panel. Pass for successful test, or F plus a code for a failed test. Please press the test button now. Receive when the signal of a NDB or locator is too weak or completely lost, following indications change. The ADF pointer, with ADF selected as bearing source on the ECP, disappears from the relevant ND, but, different to the just explained failure case, ADF remains posted in green at the bottom of the ND. On the DBIs with ADF selected as bearing source, the ADF pointer belonging to the system that does not receive the tune is parked again at the 3 o'clock position, but failure flags are not visible. Congratulations! You have now completed this module.